Hello, this is Sal. On today's video we will be talking about IPv6 routing OSPF. I have this network consists of 4 routers, router 1, 2, 3 and 4. I still did not configure anything yet on the interfaces. I'll be configuring IPv6 on the interfaces for each router, and then we will configure OSPF, and after that we will be running some show commands. About OSPF version 3, it provides routing capabilities to IPv6. OSPF version 2 provides unicast routing for IP version 4. And IP version 4 supports only OSPF version 2. We cannot use IP version 4 with OSPF version 3. OSPF version 3 supports for 128-bit IPv6 addresses. It's an expand of OSPF version 2 to provide support for routing IP version 6 prefixes. We can have both OSPF version 2 and OSPF version 3 configured on the same router, but they will function separately. Each will have a separate database, and each will have a different addresses, and they don't communicate with each other even if they are configured on the same router. On OSPF version 2 you go onto the network and enable the OSPF, but on OSPF version 3 you go onto the interface and enable the OSPF. With both OSPF version 2 and OSPF version 3, the routers that need to form a neighbor relationship needs to be in the same area and share the same password if authentication been enabled. Both protocols, OSPF version 2 and version 3, use a 32-bit router ID to identify as an identification of the router. And when working on a network using IPv6, we need to configure a 32-bit router ID manually, and I will show you that. OSPF version 3 uses IPv6 link local addresses for neighbor relationship, unlike with OSPF version 2, which uses IP version 4 interface IP addresses for neighbor relationship establishment. On OSPF version 2, you need to make sure that the neighboring routers are in the same subnet. But with OSPF version 3, the neighbor relationship is formed using a link local address instead of an interface IP address. And OSPF version 3 uses multicast IP addresses of FF02::5 to advertise information to all OSPF routers, and FF02::6 for OSPF designated router and backup designated router. This looks like the IP version 4 address, 224.0.0.5 and 224.0.0.6. Now let's work on our network here, first starting with router number 1 to configure IPv6 on the interfaces. Enable, configure terminal. Let's start with the loopback interface, loopback 0. IPv6 address 2000:2001 ABCD:1:1/64, and then on router 1 the interface of gigabit 000, interface gigabit 000, no shut, and IPv6 address 2001:1:1/64. Now we are done with router 1. Let's work on router 2. enable configure terminal. Let's start with the loopback of router 2, loopback 0, interface loopback 0, IPv6 address 2001 ABCD colon 2 colon 1/64. Now the interface facing router number 1, which is gig 000 IPv6 address 2001 colon 1 colon 2/64 and no shut. And the other interface gig 001 IPv6 address 2001 colon 2 colon 1/64 and no shut. Now router number 3, we will do the same configuration. Enable configure terminal, start with the loopback IPv6 address 2001 ABCD colon 3 colon 1/64 and the interface facing router number 1, which is gigabit 001 no shut. IPv6 address 2001 colon 2 colon 2/64 and the other interface gig 000, the interface facing router number 4 no shut. IPv6 address 2001 colon 3 colon 1/64. We are done with that. Let's start with, did I open the port? Yes, I did. Router number 4, enable configure terminal, start with the loopback IPv6 address 2001 colon ABCD colon 4 colon 1 and sorry, I need to /64 and I need to correct this here. It is 64 and go back to router 4, configure the interface gig 000, the interface facing router number 3 no shut. IPv6 address 2001 colon 3 colon 2/64 and again no shut. Now we configured the IP addresses version 6 on the interfaces. Now let's go to, on router 1 I need to run this command so IP version 6 can work with OSPF version 3. Exit, and the command is IPv6 unicast routing, and I'll do the same on router number 2. Exit here, IPv6 unicast routing, enter. On router number 3 I'll do the same, IPv6 unicast routing. So that way how I think, just when you do things to make sure or to be really sure that you did not miss anything, and it will save you if you run the ping or show command that you are missing something or you'll go in trouble. Just to do this things this way, I find it easier. IPv6 unicast routing. So go back to router number 1, and here we want to configure OSPF version 3 IPv6 router OSPF process ID 1. Now it's asking us to pick a router ID, and router ID, the one we'll choose for router number 1, 1.1.1.1. Now let's configure the loopback 0, configure OSPF IPv6 OSPF process ID 1 area. For router 1, this will be in area 1 for the loopback. Now interface gig 000 IPv6 OSPF 1 area 1. Now we're done with router number 1. Start with router number 2, IPv6 router OSPF process ID 1. It's asking for a router ID 2.2.2.2 for router number 2. Now the interface of the loopback 0 IPv6 OSPF process ID 1 in area. This is router number 2. We want the loopback in area 1. Interface gig 000, the interface facing router number 1 IPv6 OSPF area 1. The other interface gig 001 IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. So now let's see if we can ping router number 1. Ping, we can specify saying IPv6 and then the loopback, which is 2001 colon ABCD colon 1 colon 1, and let's give it a second here, and now it is performing the adjacency. Let's run it again. Now it's working. It's a bug in packet tracer. And show IPv6 OSPF interface, and it's showing us in this command that loopback 0 is up, line protocol is up in area 1, process ID 1, and the router ID for router number 2, and here for in router number 2 showing us the interface 000 is up, this guy here, and the process ID is 2, sorry, the router ID is 2 and the process ID is 1 for and in area 1 as it's showing here, and interface 001 is up and process ID is 1, instance ID is 0, router ID 2, and it's showing it's in area 0. Now let's work on router number 3, IPv6 router OSPF process ID 1. Now it wants also the router ID. For router number 3 we'll configure at 3.3.3.3. Now the interface of the loopback 0 IPv6 OSPF process ID 1 area, and we want that to be the loopback of router 3 in area 0. Now the interface facing now router number 2, which is gig 001 interface gig 001 IPv6 OSPF1 area, and also we want this interface to be with area 0. Enter. Now let's work on the other interface. The interface facing router number 4 gig 000 IPv6 OSPF1 area 2. Exit. So we are done with the configuration with router number 3. Let's work now on router number 4. IPv6 route OSPF1. Now router ID for router number 4, which is 4.4.4.4. The interface of the loop back 0 IPv6 OSPF process ID 1 in area 2, and now doing the interface facing router number 3, which is interface gig 000 IPv6 OSPF 1 area space area 2. Now we configured all the routers with OSPF version 3. Let's run the command on router 4, show IPv6 OSPF a brief, and this will not work with packet tracer. OSPF, I guess, interface brief. This is the command which will not work with packet tracer, only for the interfaces. The GNS3 it will work with no issues. Here is showing us for router number 4 that we have the loop back 0 is up, and the link local address is this, and the router ID is this. For the interface, this interface 000 is up, line protocol is up, and everything. And here is showing that it from loading to full loading done here with. Now let's see if we can ping the loopback of router number 1 to see if there a connection between router number 4 and 1. Ping 2001 colon ABCD colon 1 colon 1, and yes, we can. Now from router number 4, let us see who are our neighbors here. Show IPv6 OSPF neighbor. We have router number 3 here as a neighbor, and let's run this command, show IPv6 protocols. We have routing protocol is connected, and the neighbor discovery is on, and we are using OSPF process ID 1. In area 2 we have the loopback of router number 4, and this interface gig 00 also on router number 4. Let's run this command, show IPv6 OSPF database, showing us here this is the database for this network, and this is a good troubleshooting command for area 2, or what the routers are connected to area 2, router 4 and 3 with the router ID 4 and 3. Now let's run this command, show IPv6 interface. It's showing us the interface is up, which is 000 for router number 4, and the joining group addresses, and this is a good troubleshooting command to start if for some reason you have issues. And let's see router number 1. Let's ping router number 4 from router number 1, ping 2001 colon ABCD, the loopback of router number 4 colon 1, and let's see if we can ping the interface on gig 000 of router number 4 2001 colon 3 colon 2. Yes, we can. So I explained, how to configure the interfaces using IP version 6, and we configured OSPF version 3 using the IP version 6. I hope I was able to explain it in a very easy way, just to follow the steps and be organized as you go. You will not confuse yourself, and things are easy. Just follow the rules. Follow, the rules, and things are easy. And I showed you some show commands that helpful if you want to run a troubleshooting. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video. Thank you.